What's up, people? Punch here. So I'm going back to Tactical Assault VR. I wanted to talk about the new slash recent update that came out about a couple days ago, which was Breaking Whisper, Operation Breaking Whisper. They released 4 shotguns, 2 pump and 2 automatic. The M4 is, I think, 5 shots. It's individually, but it's like pull the bowl back and it's ready to go. And then the other shotgun, which was the Vepr, that is a magazine fed 12 gauge. Then you have the other two, which was the Mariner and Mariner Shorty, and they're both pump, as well as the breaching shotgun you would have over your shoulder. When you use this thing, basically the way that I got it was that I was using my MetaQuest 2, and when I would go to pump it, I would press the trigger, pull it back, and then lock it back into place by pushing it forward, and that's how it loaded a shell. The other thing is if I tried to shoot the gun with one hand, it would be a bug and it would spin. Like if you play Ultra Kill or Turbo Overkill, it would kind of do that weird stuff. But the gun itself is pretty fun to use, and I had like a holographic slash 3X on it. This is the smaller version of the Mariner, and I'll show the Spaz 12 and the other guns later on. This is the M4. But essentially you would fire 5 shots, load it individually underneath the gun, it would lock in, and then you pull it back and you're ready to go. The other thing was they added the operation, like I said earlier, Breaking Whisper. I'll show off the entire map later on. But essentially, it's a lot bigger than the other operation, which was Hammerfell. And that one, you had like long roads, a lot of dirt, like alleyways, some cars here and there, and some buildings. This is like a giant island. And you can get on top of rocks and shoot people with sniper rifles and stuff. But this is the Spaz. And I didn't really use a shotgun so much in that operation because a lot of them are pretty far away. The other thing is they added 2 new rifles, the M16 that I'm using right now and the AK105. You can do burst fire or semi-automatic for the M16. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's all iron sights. Even though you're able to equip holographic or ACOG or a 6X LPVO, it doesn't work. The AK-105, on the other hand, does work, so you can have all the different scopes on that. Once the cinematic is over, then you're placed onto the island itself. Operation Breaking Whisper has these main objectives. You have recover the crashed drone intel, extract the drone intel, rescue and secure all hostages, search for and destroy the weapons cache, and then exfiltrate. After about an hour and a half of gameplay and trying out this specific update, I was only able to do the mission once. I was able to get the hostages until they died to a random grenade, or I was able to get to the weapons cache, plant the bomb, but then get killed afterwards and I have to reset it again. The bomb is random. I don't know if it's specifically at different locations you go to, like over by the weapons cache itself, or going over by like a shed that has some people over there. They might just drop randomly. I don't know how the actual bomb works, but when you get it, you arm it, you place it, and you're ready to go. Another thing I forgot to mention was that they added co-op shootout mode, and I've seen it a couple times to where you can go against waves of enemies coming after you, and it says you could do co-op up to 6 players on standalone or 8 players on PCVR to light the streets of Tebar, which is essentially the place you'd be at. And then there's only one map for now, but they're going to be adding more later. So that was another addition to this specific update. Going down the list, they did talk about enemy AI and hostage improvements. A lot of you hated that enemy AI could deflect bullets and their weapons, which resulted in frustrating engagements. The feature has been removed. The result, though, was that the game got too easy. To balance that out, enemy reaction time and accuracy has been increased. And it does show because when I do use the shield, the guy does kill me later on when I'm trying to use it. Not this guy, but another guy after that. Then they talk about some new additions to the game for friendly fire toggle and multiplayer, additional vest speed options to avatar customizations, a spotter scope to the mosquito style scope, a new mission selection UI, Normal difficulty enemies now carry random weapons between M4A1s and AKMs. Enemies strafing. Sometimes they'll like wander around and then they'll do like the side by side they're trying to shoot at you. Like I said earlier, when it comes down to the objectives, this is one of them. When you find the bomb, you can't really put it on your person as far as I know, but when you do get the actual bomb itself, you take your other hand, put it next to the arm button, press the trigger, and then just place it and walk away. If you stay near it, you will die. There's a couple times I didn't understand how far the explosion went, and then it killed me, and I have to restart over again. If you do die after you plant it, you have to replant it again. But when you're done, you have to go past that area, and there'll be hostages sitting inside these buildings. You have to go up and press, I think it's the up button on the right stick twice, and then he'll follow you. I'm using the AK105 right now, and I do like the gun at mid to long range. That's why I have a 3x magnifier and a holographic sight on it. Again, watch out when you see these guys pop up, because they'll be behind hostages, and you have to deal with them first. When it comes down to the actual game itself, coming back and playing it, I do understand why they had to deal with the issues of like accuracy and a lot of these things being able to shoot you through the wall. Sometimes these guys will get stuck, or they'll sit over by a corner and just spray you, and maybe that'll be flushed out later. But there was one thing I wanted to talk to people about. Somebody had asked me a long time ago, whatever happened to Crunch Element? My issue with Crunch Element was a couple of things. One, they didn't update the game enough, and there wasn't a whole lot to do. And then after you did a couple of missions, it was then, well, I need to find something else. This has quite a lot to do. You do have 6 missions, as well as the co-op shootout mode with the wave-based enemies coming after you. But then you also have a room randomizer that you can go to different rooms, have to save hostages, shooting down guards, or then dealing with targets that are currently in there that are made like out of steel or paper. That being said, Crunch Element didn't have a whole lot of content from within it, and the more stuff they do for Tactical Assault VR, the more engaged I feel. I'm using the SVD or Dragunov because I wanted to see if I could see people far, and in the caves, they're actually kind of dark, and you can't really see them besides their muzzle flash, their rifle, or their silhouette. But anyway, I've been One Nut Punch, and this has been the Tactical Assault VR video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.